Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Zachariah Connor. I'm a guitar player from Corvallis, Oregon, and I'm in the middle of a series showing off all of my guitars. I'm just showing you guys kind of what you can do with an instrument that maybe started out kind of budget level, or kind of what you pay for in like the low to mid price guitar range. So today we're going to be looking at my Telecaster. This guitar has a really interesting story, and I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. But basically, this thing's a beast. It started life as something a little non-assuming, but with some good parts, it really sounds pro level. So let's start with the story. So my buddy Bradley Heathman, who I'm in a band with in Makeshift Casual, he was in the Philippines visiting relatives, and he really needed to play guitar. But they don't have the best guitars in the Philippines, and he just bought this Telecaster copy for $150. And it had a white perloid pickguard, it had a 6-saddle top-loading bridge, and it had a glossy maple neck. That neck is probably one of the worst necks I've ever played. Some notes just didn't even play. They just buzzed out. The bridge, the saddles flopped around all over the place. The bridge pickup was usable, neck pickup sounded like mud. And so I've done some serious mods to this guitar, and I'm going to talk you through some of them and kind of what went well and what didn't. Okay, so when I got it from him, the first thing I did was I replaced the neck. So I bought a Mexican Fender neck. This one I think was gloss finished, and the previous owner took all of the finish off. So it's pretty natural feeling, kind of a satiny feel. It's got the Fender standard tuners. The body is the one of the only original pieces, so the only thing remaining from the original guitar is this plate, the pots and knobs and jack, and the body, and that's kind of, and the neck plate, which says Fender, so it was a Fender copy, I forgot to add. The body is original. It's pretty light actually, which I like. It's definitely many pieces of wood put together. You can see a lot of seams. There's probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, so it's not a great look up close, but from far away, I mean, this thing looks fine. It was, again, like I said, it was top loading, so I bought this 3-saddle top loading bridge for only $20 on Reverb. So definitely check out Reverb if you want to upgrade a guitar, and if you have questions, feel free to ask me. I've done modifications on this, on my Jazzmaster a lot, on my Jaguar too, and on several other guitars. I replaced this bridge, so I did the neck, the bridge, and then the pickups was the first thing I swapped. And so the bridge was a $20 top-loading bridge. It has really nice brass saddles. They're not compensated or anything. I can get the intonation close. It's not perfect, but it kind of works for most stuff. But yeah, but this bridge also had the option to go string through. So eventually I decided to do this with a hand drill. Don't do this, because you'll end up with this. And this is fine. This is not good. So use a drill press. Get someone who knows what they're doing when it comes to woodworking. I was an idiot and just hand drilled it, and ended up super off. The pickups I changed also to Fender Pure Vintage 52 reissue pickups. These pickups are really awesome, and they really are kind of the thing that really makes this guitar. So like having a neck that's functional, great. It's just kind of an average neck, but the pickups are really kind of what takes it over the edge and really make it sound incredible. They're super bright. They're bright, but they've got a lot of top end, but they also got a lot of warmth too from like vintage pickups, and they don't sound plasticky. There we go, back into. They don't sound plasticky. They sound really good. The bridge has plenty of output too, and it's kind of compressed for a single coil, which I like. So it's really nice for kind of country stuff, very twangy too, but it works well for rock stuff as well. I'm kind of shocked I didn't have to change the pots, and they actually sound pretty good even when you're rolling back the volume, so I don't know. I also changed the switch to a 4-way switch, so now it can do both pickups in series, which I've kind of found I don't really like. So I might at some point either wire it to be this position to be the 4th position to be out of phase, or put another switch somewhere to do out of phase, both pickups out of phase, but I don't really care for the series position that much, so I might just go back to a 3-way switch. But yeah, so right now the positions are bridge, both pickups in parallel, neck pickup, and then both pickups in series. And you're probably wondering, what's that crazy pick guard? So this is a pick guard from Deco Boom Designs. They're really incredible. They make some really awesome custom pick guards. This is like the simplest one they make. They make some really fantastic, beautiful handmade pick guards. Definitely had to shim the neck a little bit, and definitely had to add some side shims to kind of correct. As you can see, the high E string is a little close to slipping off, so the neck angle this way needs to get corrected further. I'm thinking probably at some point I may buy another body and port the neck, the pickups, the bridge, and the pick guard over to that body. So we'll see what happens in the future, but for now it works. Just someday I might get a better telly. But as far as from a sound and a playability standpoint, this thing is actually really incredible. It's one of the easiest guitars to play I've ever played. The neck's really straight. The frets are fine. They ring out really. It rings out really well. The frets are pretty narrow and tall, which I like. That's my preferred fret. Okay, I think that's basically the story of it. I've put a lot of mods and money into it. To what started as a $50 guitar is now, like, the pickups alone were $80, and then this is 20. So 80, 20, so that's 100 plus the neck, which is 300. So that's $400 plus $45 pick guard, a couple dollars switch, and you're talking like kind of $500 total. But so basically, you could just buy a Player Series Telecaster. It's kind of the moral of the, or a Mexican standard. And kind of the moral of the story is, well, you could get something like that. But this guitar is really cool because it's got kind of a story and it's really unique. Sweet. All right, that's a look at my Fender Telecaster. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more guitars and more stuff in the future. If you have any ideas of what I should do after I get done demoing all my guitars and my pedals, let me know. I can do lessons and tutorials and other stuff. If you do want a guitar lesson, hit me up at zachconnor97@gmail.com. We can set up something. So yeah. I think that's all. I'll see you guys in the next one.